Welcome to the MotUS Edge, where we celebrate business, primarily youth sports facility management, leadership, and motivation. Co-hosted by Stacy Rowe, Cole Stott, Kevin Brubaker, and Casey Jones. We are here to fill your cup with knowledge, laughter, affirmations, and comfort knowing that you're not alone. You can and will succeed with the MotUS Edge.
Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the MotUS Edge. I am Stacy Rowe, and I'm here today with Cole Stott, who's wearing his Prime All-Star Finale managing partner hat, and Ann Lehrmann, executive producer of the One Global Finals. Today is an exciting bonus episode to talk about the latest cheer industry announcement, the partnership of the One and the Prime All-Star Finale into the One Prime Finals.
Yeah. I'm
Yes,
so excited. For a while, I didn't know, in my career, if this day would ever come. I've been telling people, and I honestly kind of believe it, so don't laugh at me. I think this is the biggest news since UCA bought NCA back in 2003.
It's exciting. I can't wait.
It is an exciting time for sure. It's an exciting time for sure. So I think before we get into you guys, coming together and how that all came about, let's educate our listeners a little bit about the event. So Ann, tell me about the One, how it got started, what it was like when it started, and kind of how it what it is morphed into.
Sure. The One started with two events. It was Chicago and New Orleans, 2012, back in the day.
Wow.
14, 15 years coming up on that? Getting in the 14th season. And it evolved into 4 different locations. The purpose was not to be one location, to have a north and a south. Then east and west was added simply because it wanted to be a series that felt like an end of event, end of season event, but close to home if needed to be, or you can choose your destination, which was amazing and gave a lot more opportunities to people. So that's how it started. It was a few event producers got together, decided to try something new, and it stuck. And it's been very consistent. But I'm excited for where we're going, because I think this is going to be a new chapter that's just elevated onto just a higher level, but a lot of, bumps along the way. Made some mistakes.
Yeah.
I mean, doesn't everything have bumps along the way?
and we're sailing now. And the thing is I think when you do an end of season event, the expectations are so much higher, because that these athletes have worked all season long to get there. And you don't want it just like any event that they can go to in November, December, or January. So it sets the bar high for all of us. And it, like I said, it developed into 4 events, and then having the global virtual finals. So it takes all of the winners from the location and to become literally the one champion of that division. So we're excited where we're moving into even more. Like I said, it's going to be grander and elevated. But we're happy with the success that we've had so far and the consistency. And we'll see that transitioning into the new product.
So, Ann, was the original one, was it in Virginia Beach or was it Orlando? Like the first year it was called the One. Where was it at?
That was in Chicago.
First year was Chicago. So that's
The first year was Chicago and New Orleans.
New Orleans, yes.
I did not know that.
It made a stop in Biloxi at one time and then that eventually moved over to Orlando and Las Vegas, Virginia Beach, and Sandusky, Ohio. So really the 4 corners. The first Orlando location, which was crazy, it was with Europa, which was a fitness competition. And the one was a little piece of the puzzle in the back. You had to walk through all the bodybuilding to get to the back, down the escalator at the Orange County Convention Center. But it started Orlando and to what it was today. So
that's funny. Showing my age a little bit or history is when I was in high school, we went to the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic in Columbus, Ohio. And I think it was an Americheer event. So my mom was a high school cheer coach, and that's how I ended up getting into cheer my senior year. And the first cheer event, I know that I ever competed against was at a bodybuilding event at the Arnold Schwarzenegger Classic. And I think it was a merit cheer. It may have been somebody else.
I remember that event.
Yeah, it was very interesting. But back then, it's like you're walking around. There's all these cheerleaders and all these monster dudes walking around and whatever.
Sounds like a good recruiting day.
Very interesting. Maybe we'll bring that back. That's something we haven't announced yet. The new end of season event coming to your way is also going to have a bodybuilding component.
Yeah, it was great.
Oh, so Cole, tell us about the Prime All-Star finale.
So as a lot of y'all have heard on the podcast, is coming out of COVID, we created MotUS. And part of MotUS, we have all these affiliates for any and everything that a gym may need to be successful. We got insurance companies, sign and banner companies, flooring companies, et cetera, et cetera. And a big part of a cheer gym specifically is having your all-star program and going to compete. So the first couple of years we had affiliates that were event producers. And I think originally, it might have given Casey a little bit of credit. It might have been his idea. It's like, hey, let's formalize this and create, the event producers Prime Alliance and see what they're willing to do. So we got a bunch of event producers together. I think we are up to 8 right now. And they all are like-minded. They believe in working with the gyms, which obviously the goal of MotUS, we want to increase participation, which helps everybody. And we want to make the gyms more profitable. And we're honest with that. With everybody. So, all those event producers in the Prime Alliance have agreed to give a 15% upfront discount to MotUS members to attend any of their events. So we started off with that, and honestly, in the beginning, we're like, well, let's, there's all this stuff at the end of the year. Let's kind of stay out of that battle for now. That lasted about 6 months. And then everybody's like, no, we have to do something. Our customers, our MotUS gyms, everybody's asking for something, new and different at the end of the year. So we created the Prime All-Star Finale in Fort Lauderdale, spent, months and to give credit where credit's due, Stacy and Dennis Worley and Jenna, who's on our team, really came up with some out of the box, new, experiences for the athletes and coaches, which are going to translate now into this partnership that I think is going to be really special. But while we were doing that and looking around, we quickly recognized that, hey, there's so many events. I think there's 7, 8, maybe 9 different end of season events in just specifically Orlando by itself. It's like, gosh, is us adding another end of the season option, is that really what is best for the parents, the athletes, the coaches, the programs? And we said no. So looking around, we have known Ann and Bubba and a lot of the other one owners for years, and they were the best fit. So we reached out to them and said, hey, would you guys, we got a crazy idea. Would you guys even be open to partnering and working together? So we went through, like Ann said earlier, I don't know, probably 7 months of conversation back and forth and trying to get, everyone.
I think 7. Was it really that long? I don't know if it was that long. I feel like
it was. But, I think where are we at?
It feels like 7 months. I don't think it's been 7 months.
There's 36, 37. How many different event producers are part of this now? 38?
37 or 38.
It's hard to get 37 people to agree on anything. So it took a minute, but I feel like where we've landed with the One Prime Finals is everyone is in agreement and shouldering up, holding hands and taking this leap of faith of taking advantage of an opportunity to really do something special for the industry. Because again, is having 10 different end of the season options. I think there's a total of 1,300 events now across the country, which in my opinion, that's not good, because people are going to these events. They don't have anybody to compete against. So what we're trying to do with the Prime Alliance, with the One Prime Finals, is obviously grow all of our in-season events, but creating a really special experience at the end of the season that has consistency, that, our goal is to have the best judging in the industry, et cetera, and really working together, we're stronger, which sounds kind of cliche, but honestly, it's the truth. It's like we are so much better off by working together in this partnership. And I truly believe it's better for everybody involved.
I agree. I think the unity that we've had together so far and just the conversations of what, both sides were planning to doing solo and coming together is just going to be stronger. And at the end of the day, we're still athlete focused. We're program focused, gym focused. And by keeping that in the light and creating this out of positivity and not negativity or to combat something is something I'm proud to be a part of because we are looking, like you said, it's an experience. Remember the day when there was one national championship and
Yes.
now there's how many nationals? Then it seems like this is what's happening with the, end of season or get a bid here or get a bid there. So we want to be more than the bid. And that's our goal is we want to, together, we're going to do that. It's going to be elevated and in the consistency, like you said, Cole, is going to be there, especially in the judging.
I think one of the things that I was most, when we were talking about the Prime All-Star finale, we were saying how we wanted to really be an event that people could bring their entire program to. And then in having conversations with you, Ann, and kind of talking with you all, that's one thing that you guys also, I feel like, feel strongly about. And it's one of the things I learned about the one that you guys have, all this opportunity to bring people from all different, all levels, all genres, all styles of cheerleading and dance and all the things. And I think that's really, really cool and awesome. And so I know we are really excited about, the One Prime Finals, offering, it's just a path for all styles of cheerleading and dance to come together. You can bring your entire program to one place if you choose to, which I think is really great because as a gym owner, when you're spreading yourself so thin and you've got this many teams going here and this many teams going here and this many teams going here. I mean, obviously, if you're taking your level 6 teams and your senior and open dance teams or whatever to Worlds, that's different.
Right.
But the rest of your program should be able to all go to one place and do well and feel like they fit at that one place. And I am really excited about that opportunity. And I think that's something that, we've really talked a lot about as a group. And I'm looking forward to being able to offer an amazing experience too.
And the other thing is even if, say your prep teams choose a location closer to home and then your elite teams travel, you're still giving the message to the parents, we are all choosing the same thing, just different places and saving money. Or what about the athlete that cheers and dances and then the sisters on senior and the brothers on junior and they're going to different locations? That costs the parents a lot of money. So by putting everything under one umbrella and, we have rec, we have school, we have All-Star, it's cost saving to the parent too. And I do think that's a huge message that we're hearing a lot of as EPs is help us cost save. We need some savings here.
I love that. And I think that's something, I catch myself. I end up talking about Orlando a lot because I feel like that's always probably going to be our biggest event, kind of the granddaddy of the series. But, there are, 3 other local options that, are going to be the same great product, and the consistency in the message to your parents and athletes is the same. It's you're going to the same event. And then if you want to take the leap and travel to Orlando, awesome. We'll knock it out of the park there as well.
I mean, maybe one year you decide you want to go to Vegas, and take your program to Vegas and do 100%. Something different and fun. And Sandusky is also really cool with the resort there. That's a destination area as well. I feel like there's and then or the beach, you can go to the beach. So I think that, I think it's awesome. There's a lot of great options to choose. Whether you want to stay home or you just want to do something different, I don't know. Back in my gym owner days, I feel like I might have selected a different location every year just for fun, just to rotate and try something different.
What I love about it is it really gives the opportunity to make the choice what's best for your program. And we deal with that, on the premier level. Stacy and I we own Premier Athletics as well. And with our coaches, a lot of times, they're just pushing they have to go to this one event. It's like different years, your teams are in different spots every year. The parents may have different wants and needs and different travel schedules. It gives everyone's options is do what's best for you, do what's best for your program. It might be Sandusky, Ohio, maybe an hour down the road. And that may make more sense than flying everybody to Orlando or flying everybody to Vegas. But we just, our hope is that just choose one of our events, just, letting the cat out of the bag. Probably a few more to come, looking at some other great locations down the road. That'll be coming up in the next couple of months. But, I really, like I said before, I think it allows people to plan ahead of time, travel to one of our go to one of our in-season events, qualify, get a bid to go to the end of season. And like Ann said, it's a huge advantage to be able to travel with everyone if you choose to do that. Because I think what gets lost is if you're traveling, taking your coaches and the gym owners going to one place for dance, one place for their elite teams, one place for the prep teams, that's really expensive on the program. And it gets a lot of gyms in trouble, to be honest with you. At the end of the year, all of a sudden, they're having a hard time collecting the money. They're going in debt and what we call our team fund. And all of a sudden they're starting the year with in a negative $20,000 in the hole. It just adds stress to the entire, industry. And in my opinion, it's not good.
So I'm curious, and at the end of the day, the one has been around, like you said, going on its 14th year, and you guys obviously were established. What was the motivation at the end of the day, for you guys for this partnership and the coming together of both brands?
We could have stayed and did what we have been doing, and it's an amazing product, right? And the consistency and the production, and I think it's bigger than that. It's greater than that. It's the time where there's so much fragment in the industry and divisions. And who does that hurt the most? The gyms, the programs, funnels down to the athletes, the parents. So when we were in the beginning phases of discussion, one thing that was very beneficial, I felt, to us was hearing about MotUS and Prime Alliance, because that is something that I think, coupled with what we already do well, and having this outreach to the gym owners of MotUS is getting what they need and taking that information and developing it together. So I think, yes, the events are going to be fantastic and elevated, like we said, but it was more of coming together for additional opportunities, networking, educational opportunities. We just have a greater reach of, if you look throughout the event producers, we have some great minds and backgrounds of coaches, gym owners, parents, athletes in other sports, and lawyers. We have it all. Like, if you take all the event brands, we have some amazing minds and resources that coming together is going to be a huge benefit for those that attend our events and go on the outreach programs. Just collaborating with bright minds, who knows what will come out of this in addition to just our events, right?
Yeah, so, which I think is great.
It was a no-brainer, really.
Yeah, and I think to add to that, I think right out the gate, with our, the size that we are and the number of touch points that we have, it opens the doors to so many great opportunities that, from education at the gym level. Obviously, we have the MotUS conference in Nashville at the end of September, early October every year. We can make that even bigger and better. From our Prime Alliance Judges Association that's coming out here in the next couple of months, it's from the education, taking care of our judges, training our judges, and understanding the consistency on site at events. It allows us to do that on a broader scale, to pour more people underneath the umbrella. And then, like Ann just said, it's like, who knows what the future is? It puts us in a position to really move the needle, to do something special. And again, we want to have great events. We want the end of season events to be fantastic. But we want the sport in general to continue to get better and be better and greater than ever before. And I think it gives us a even louder voice than we already had. and lets us make some decisions and have a true impact. And the other thing that I love about it is we can pivot quickly. We're not perfect at all, but if we make a mistake, what I can pledge to everyone is we'll fix it and we can change it, and when we can change it quickly. So it's, I'm just really excited about what we can do.
And you touched on judges and something that too, like the one was fantastic about having monthly calls with our judges and getting all the scoring directors so that we were trying to truly work on consistency from event to event, and taking what Prime Alliance has done with their Judges Association, marrying that together, and just we're really going to put a strong focus on that. We don't want to just fill seats, and we're not going to just fill seats with judges. We need a building judge, and it's a tumbling judge sitting in the seats. No, not at all. So these judges are trained. They have to be knowledgeable in the area. They have to be proven. And that's one thing that we will not skimp on at all. So I'm excited about the growth of that, as well as, like you said, Cole. I think it's needed. And I think our coaches deserve that, right? All the time and effort, they deserve that. That's
absolutely
a non-negotiable.
The athletes deserve that, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. So talk to me about, for people that are listening that may not have, obviously we're the One Prime finals now. It's going to be a new event experience, essentially. What changes as far as, receiving bids, qualification standards, that kind of thing? Like, how can they make their way to the One Prime finals?
I think that the road just got wider, right? It just, we're bridging the gap by adding more event producers together, more locations in areas that perhaps that part of the world couldn't get bids before. Now we have events there, right? With the Prime Alliance, you can, get the discount by attending multiple the events. The loyalty plan that the one had isn't going away, where you earn points and those points convert to cash off your registration. We're not taking any of that away. So those benefits will still be there. You can still get the paid bids at large bids. We have the loyalty through fifth place. So there's opportunities that were there are still going to be there. It's just grander with more events to choose from. And again, more importantly, locations that we didn't have events in before, and coming together will strengthen that.
And anybody who may have already received a bid to the Prime All-Star finale or to the One would automatically be kind of grandfathered into the One Prime final. So whatever their bid is, whatever bid they received at either place would be accepted at the new One Prime finals. Is that correct?
Correct. And I guess announcing this now is like, yes, it should have been better in May or August.
That would have been great.
The flip side is we could have waited, but we knew not to wait. We knew this was too good and too important to our industry and everyone else around, and to each other, to not hesitate and wait another season. So timing, not the greatest, but
that's very well said, Ann, is that, and we had a lot of conversation about that I think we first started talking somewhat seriously about this way back in April, and then have real conversations through the summer. We're really close sometime around the USASF conference in July. Then, life happened and we just had a bunch of other stuff going on, and circled back in August, and, it kept getting later and later. And we did have conversation in full transparency. It's like, all right, should we just wait till next year? And then we luckily and thankfully decided, it's like, no, this is too good. This is good for the industry. This is good for everybody involved. It's good for us. And most importantly, it's the best thing for the athletes. Again, it's fragmenting, adding other end of season options. It's just, in my opinion, it's not good. It's bigger events are better for everybody. You have more people to compete against. The experience is better for everyone involved. It's grander. It's what you expect at an end of season, style event. So It's timing is not ideal, but for everyone who's already got bids, please know that we got you. Reach out to any of us. We'll get you set up right away, and we'll make it right.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. So have no fear. You're still good to go. And hey, guess what? For some of you now, you get to just pick. You get to pick a location, which is super exciting.
Absolutely.
You get to choose. Maybe you don't want to go to Florida and you want to go, to Vegas, or you want to go to Ohio or someplace else. So, awesome.
Yeah.
Is there any other bid information and that we need to give out?
We will have all of that on the website.
Okay.
And I know you'll go through that and we'll make sure we have all that. But the most important thing is if you're set, if you have your event schedule set and you're going to an event, it's not going to change. Don't feel like you have to do all these flips and changes and stuff. We like you said, we have you. We're going to take care of you. You have your bids. It's going to transition over.
It's going to be great.
The one thing that I think you're going to see even better is the customer service, and that was one of our communications and customer service is two of our top goals this year.
Excellent. Well, seeing how Cole, you're the only dad on our podcast today, I think it's about that time.
This is my first dad joke ever. Usually Kevin and Casey do them, and it's more natural for those guys because they're kind of more cornballs, especially Kevin. But so I've got a good one for you today. My dog ate a bunch of Scrabble tiles, so we took her to the vet. And guess what?
What?
No word yet. Is that a good one? It's my first one.
It's my first dad joke.
It's my first one. The dad jokes are great.
I don't know. Maybe I let you down, Cole. Maybe I let you down with that joke. I don't know.
No, I thought it was a good one. It's all
you
about
thought it was a
delivery.
good one? All right. It was a good delivery. It was an excellent delivery.
Right,
so we'll see. I don't know. We'll ask our listeners to vote whose dad jokes are better, Casey or Kevin's or Cole's.
Yes.
We'll leave the dad joke telling to Casey or Kevin.
I know. It's more natural for them.
Right.
Great.
Especially Casey. Casey's got like 22 kids.
Oh my God. Actually, I have to tell y'all, this podcast will be dropping the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, but I recorded a podcast with Casey and Emily and Heather about their climb of 29029 Everesting and their whole experience with that. And Casey told the dad joke, of course, and Emily got the dad joke. Like she knew the answer right away. And she's like, well, he's my dad. So of course I'm going to know the answer to the dad joke. Years. And I was like, oh my God, that's funny. Anyway. Okay. So Ann, you were talking a little bit about, better communication and better customer service and that being, a main focus. What else can, gym owners, parents, athletes, coaches, what else can they expect, from the One Prime finals? Moving forward into.
I'm really excited about the launch of our new website. Not yet, but you'll see it when it comes out. We're so excited about that. You'll have a lot more tools to help you. I think that the event experience will be elevated. I don't want to give it all away, but we're doing some new things.
So more exciting things to come on that.
More
soon.
exciting things to come. We'll still have everything for the coaches and the athlete experience and the giveaways and the awards and stuff. But I think you'll just see elevated in some areas that are needed. And now that we have more resources, we can do this. And this is what is really great about the partnership because more EPs, more resources, and we're able to do this. So I think that's where you'll see a lot of it. Consistency will stay the same. The one thing about this end of season event is no bias. I mean, we are making sure that everyone is treated equally. Doesn't matter what uniform you wear, when you're coming from, if you're a rec, if you're a school, if you're all-star, you are an athlete to us. So that will stay consistent and we're excited about that. So just stronger together.
And I feel like it's important to note is that, in all things, it's not going to happen overnight. Just expect the same great experience that you've always got. We've got some really cool ideas that, we're going to implement, this first year. But I personally, I feel like we're kind of drinking from a fire hose right now. So just, think about, it's like there's 38.
Sipping. We're just sipping from a fire hose.
I feel like we're chugging from a fire hose. But, there's 38 event producers that have created their own companies. And like Ann said a couple times, there's so many great-minded people that are part of this group that have amazing ideas. So it's going to take us a minute to siphon through all those ideas and get down to the ones that, hey, this is really the best idea out of the entire group. And here's what we're going to do moving forward. Like I said before, what I can promise you is it's going to, for this year and for years to come, it is definitely going to be the best end of season event experience at every location. And I'm really confident in that. And it's not because of me or Ann or Stacy. It's because of all of us. It's like we really, truly have some of the best minds in the industry. Some people who are new event producers, some people that have been around for 30 years, Kevin, who's been around for 50 years. It's like we've got a lot of really good brains that have innovated the sport, throughout the year. And I think, like I said earlier, this is a platform for us to do even cooler and bigger things. And who knows what's going to come. We might have a competition on the moon.
Yeah, it doesn't belong to one company. I'm sorry, Stacey. It doesn't belong to just one of us or one company or just us on it here, right? It belongs to everyone. And I think that's where I'm most excited about the collaboration of bouncing. Will this work? What do you think? Do you think they'll like this? And where we can tie in MotUS and ask the gym owners there, hey, is this something you want? Is this something you need? And it may not be this in the next 12 months that we're going to...
Which actually, Ann, I think that's a phenomenal idea. And we could probably put together a webinar, or a call. Maybe it's not a webinar, but a call where we get as many of the MotUS gym owners on the call as possible that want to join. And we can ask those questions. What do you guys want to see at your postseason events? What do you want to see that you don't see right now, or something that would really help you as an owner and maybe get some good feedback. So making a note for that right now that we could get that on the calendar. That might be kind of fun. And I also think, the Prime Alliance still exists and is going to still continue to give 15% off to its MotUS members, correct, Cole?
Yeah.
And then, Ann, is it safe to say that we'll maybe have some new EPs joining the Prime Alliance? So for our MotUS members, that's even a greater benefit that we'll have more EPs joining the Prime Alliance, which is also really exciting, I think, because at the end of the day, like Cole said in the beginning, the Prime Alliance, MotUS, the mission is always to work together, and be actively working together to help each other grow. EPs, gym owners, the whole industry all together. So that's exciting stuff.
And I feel like that's our secret sauce is that, we genuinely are partnering with the gym owners and coaches and athletes. It's not to say that other, companies out there are not, but it's a real thing. We talk to them every day. They participate in our VIP Facebook group. They do our monthly webinars. If anyone ever has an issue or needs a problem, and a lot of the calls are like, hey, I've got this new lease coming up, or I'm looking at building a building, or I have this coach's issue, all of those things. We have the resources, to help all gyms of any size, which is partly what I'm so proud of with MotUS. We've got small gyms, we've got medium gyms, and we've got the largest gyms in the country and everybody in between, so it's a very diverse group that's, has opened up the gates and sharing their knowledge. For instance, if someone's got a better policy or a better, class, plan, they'll share it in the group, and we put that in the vault. And we literally have thousands of documents in there, any and everything somebody could use. So I think that, like I said before, I think that's something special that we have with this partnership. I think it brings even more people to the table and allows us to really grow participation, which, like I say all the time, that's good for all of us. It's good for everybody. It's good for every single company, every single athlete, every single coach in the industry. Is the more athletes participate in cheer and dance helps us all.
And I think another thing that we bring is a whole different side of the sport is the rec cheer and dance market. And the one in the past has had one of the largest events for rec cheer and dance. And I think it's because we do have the score system for it that does model the United scoring, but with less skills. If you look at the grid, you'll see a little bit less. And it's because of the resources that they can't have that maybe an all-star gym has and stuff. So we worked really hard collaborating amongst EPs and with them. So I think you'll see that whole area just get stronger, and will continue to be the place for those programs to be too. So we're excited about that. I mean, at the end of the day, it's working together is what works, right? And what we can build together now, our customers win. When we unite, the customer at the end of the day wins. And that's, I think, Cole and Stacy, for me personally, not just the one, but for me and for our event producer brand, is I felt like we aligned the most on that, and caring about that, and not just the dollars and everything else, is truly caring about our customer. That led me to push more into the partnership.
Very well said, and couldn't agree more. It's sometimes the planets just line up, and I feel like, the path and the road that we've all taken to get here, and the 38 other brands, everyone has their own story and their own path, but it brought us to this point. And it's an opportunity for all of us.
So I know you guys can't pull out your magical crystal ball, but what do you think this means for the future?
Well, that's a tough one, Stacy. I honestly, I think the future, the sky's the limit. I think this partnership allows us to do all things. I don't know what those are yet, really. I know like a lot of the stuff that we've talked about on the call, but it positions us to do bigger and better things that are always athlete and, athlete focused. And it is, I don't even know the right word for it. It's not really power, I guess. It's just influence to some degree, and being able to collect, from all of the gym owners within MotUS, all the event producers within our group, and take all of that and roll out a new product or a new, strategic move that helps everybody. So, I just, like I said, I don't have anything specific. I just know that we can do great things, and it puts us in a position to have the influence to actually do that.
I agree. That's well said. I think the other thing is beyond the events, I want to call it, right? Beyond the event itself is that right now we're living in the moment, because our first task at hand is delivering one of the top products, right? So that's our goal, and communicating that. But down the road, I think we learn from each other. It's just sitting in the room with more event producers of all different sizes. To me, when we stop learning or trying to learn, then that's where our product will start failing. So the collaboration with each other, the strength we will have together, I think it's endless. More resources and tools to help each other out will just trickle down to the kids that we serve in the industry.
Absolutely.
I love that. So where can people find more information about the One Prime Finals?
Our new website that's coming soon, but in the meantime, you can go to the oneprimefinals.com. You can also email us at info@theoneprimefinals.com. We know that there's going to be a lot of questions, maybe concern, maybe not concern, maybe excitement. Either way, we're here to listen, to hear, to help guide. So bring them on. Don't hesitate. Reach out.
Awesome. And they can stay informed on social media as well at the One Prime Finals.
Absolutely.
Yeah? Okay. And just in case you needed to know, that's ThePrime Nope. I messed up. That's TheOnePrimeFinals.com or at the One Prime Finals. And it's a standing joke that between me and Casey, like we always spell the websites wrong. So luckily, if you're watching this on YouTube, you'll see the banner come across the bottom and it'll say it for you, which is great. But, yes. So the oneprimefinals.com is the website. You can check out the website and get all the information there. Info at the oneprimefinals.com for questions. Yes. And then follow social media at the Prime Finals, Instagram, Facebook, X. Yes, no, maybe so.
Yes. The One Prime Finals. Yes.
Yes. Perfect. Awesome. Do you guys have anything else that you would like to share with our listeners?
I just would say thank you to everyone for your support. Know that, like we've talked about during this call, we don't have all the answers right now, but what we do know that it's great, and our rally cry is perfect. United we rise, and I fully believe that. So just thank you for your continued support. Thank you for traveling on this journey with us, because we truly feel and live it every day. We are your partners in this. It's not just us. It's all of us together to make this happen. So thank you.
I agree. Thank you for trusting us. We are putting our best foot forward. All of us, all the EPs, we are one team together. And I'm excited for that. And to the customers, again, thank you. Like Cole said, for trusting us and allowing us to be your partner.
Absolutely.
Awesome. The One Prime Finals, y'all. It's going to be awesome. Thank you both so much for being here. For our listeners, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at the MotUS Edge. Check out our shorts, like, and comment. We love to hear from you. Give us a follow on Instagram, Facebook, and X at Join MotUS. Follow us wherever you listen to your podcast. And if you like what we're doing and you want to hear more, leave us a comment and tell all of your friends. And hey, if you're a gym owner, join the movement today and sign up for MotUS. Thank you all so much for listening. And we are excited for you to have the MotUS Edge and also the opportunity to attend the greatest postseason event on planet Earth, the One Prime Finals.
Yes. Thank y'all.
Thank y'all.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you for listening to the MotUS Edge. We hope you had a blast. Join us next week for more on business, leadership, and motivation. Subscribe and follow the show where you get your podcasts. Subscribe to our newsletter at joinmodus.com. The MotUS Edge podcast is produced by ClantonCreative.com.